Sin makes everything fruitless and impossible, and we are powerless to change it. And all kinds of levels. Think about this not only in terms of the physical ways it affects you, actual, literal barrenness. Think about the barrenness of sickness, the barrenness of disease. Think about the barrenness of various inabilities, disabilities, medical conditions, but keep moving. The barrenness of a fallen world. The barrenness of politicians trying to fix things. The barrenness of the fact that this world, hard things happen, horrible things happen, difficulties happen. There are storms, there are earthquakes, there are natural disasters, there are unexplained deaths. Think about the barrenness of your own power to change. The sin that you want it to stop. And you go and you confess it again. Lord, I'm here again because I lost my temper again. Lord, I'm here again because I lusted again. Lord, I'm here again because I was so proud and I was so arrogant. Lord, I'm here again because I worried. I was anxious. And I know what the Bible says about being worried. I know what it says, but I just did it. I did it for like hours today. Worried, anxious, like I could add an inch to my height if I just worried about it enough. Think about the barrenness of your ability to change, the barrenness of your ability to stop doing things you don't want to do, or maybe start doing things you want to do. Maybe you don't feel very accomplished. You say, I'm already this old, and I've done barely nothing. I've been trying to do stuff. I've been trying, but not really. I mean, I have plans. I write down plans, or I make a calendar, or here's my steps. I'm going to become a productive person. I'm going to be a successful person. And then 6 months later, you wake up again, and you're like, I did like half of one of them. Right? It's about to be the new year, right? New Year's resolutions, right? How did your 2024 resolutions go? I'm not trying to be mean, really. I'm not. But we're those kinds of people. We're those kinds of people. We think, okay, this year is going to be different. I'm going to be a disciplined reader this year. I'm going to be disciplined in my Bible reading. I'm going to be disciplined in my prayer life. I'm going to seek the Lord. I'm going to pursue my wife. I'm going to be more respectful of my husband. I'm going to be obedient to my parents. I'm going to honor them. I'm going to be the best dad. And then you look back and you think, I don't know what I did. It wasn't like I thought. All of this, think of this as part of barrenness. Barrenness, this inability to produce fruit, this inability to pull the weeds, or only with great effort and toil, you're pouring on the fertilizer, you're pouring on the water, and then, like you get, one little fruit. Barrenness. Sin makes everything fruitless and impossible, and we're powerless to change it. And yet the prophet Isaiah announced in the midst of Jerusalem's shameful destruction and powerless exile this. The prophet instructs those afflicted with the barrenness of sin and all its effects to fix their eyes on God and break forth with singing, believing that he will make them fruitful. And he foretells the salvation of Israel in terms of the barren giving birth. He says this in Isaiah 66, verse 9, "Shall I bring to birth and not cause to bring forth, saith the Lord? Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb? Saith thy God, for thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream." Isaiah is there singing at the top of his lungs, hollering out to these people going into exile, having been judged for their sins, feeling powerless and miserable and utterly ashamed, Isaiah cries out to them and says, God will not leave you here. God will not leave you here in this barrenness. God will not leave you here in this fruitlessness. He does not start the process and then stop. He comes and he brings peace like a river. He comes and he brings life like a flowing stream. Like a river suddenly flowing in a desert, the prophet is crying aloud saying, there's going to be a river in this desert. The virgin birth is the answer to all our barrenness.